So, uh, what we are going to do today? Today we will take a look at Atas. This was not covered in a bootcamp, but I feel like um, you can find a use in it. So let's actually do this. So what is Atas? Atas is, if we take a look, and sorry, this video will be definitely a little bit slow because I will be kind of setting everything up from a get-go, so it might take me a little bit of time. So Atas is a trading platform basically, which is made for both legacy and crypto markets. And one of the advantages of Atas is, although it's not free, you can see there is a monthly, yearly or unlimited payment options. If you decide to trade crypto, which is here called Atas Crypto, it's completely for free. It's you don't need to pay anything. You will just click here to download for Windows. If you are on a MacBook, as I am, you need a virtual machine, which I am using it's called Parallels basically. It's this thing right here. I know a lot of people has been asking me about this, but yet I'm using this is how I am able to access the desktop application. This costs a little bit of money. I don't know how much. I think it's like $100 per year or something like that. So but once you will download the platform, you will basically open it. We will click here. This is kind of your this is the first window that you will basically see, and you will then click here and connect to your data feed. You will be using the API basically. I'm sure you are familiar with how to do these things. I'm not going to show it here. You will just go on any exchange that you are using to API management, and you will add the API here basically. And there is a choice between Binance, Bitfinex, BitMEX, Bittrex, and Bybit. Why this is good in my opinion compared to Serachain is there is a option to use a Bybit, which we will be doing today. So I'm already connected to Bybit. Then you will click on the chart, and in kind of your instruments you will take a look at BTC, USDT. Something that changed on Bybit is that the BTC USDT pair has nowadays more volume than the inverse BTC USD contract, so we will be sticking with that. So you will open a new chart, which will kind of open here in a new window, and is going to be looking something like this. So there are different kind of options here. We gonna in this window right here, first of all, the cool thing is that you can use this platform for trading. So you will be able to place your orders here, manage your trades right inside the platform. One thing that is worth mentioning is that with any kind of this third-party software, you always need to have your phone in hand. These API sometimes lag a lot, so some funny things can happen, and it happened to me in the past when it came to Atas. So always make sure to be able to manage your trade right in a Bybit website basically, or the mobile app or whatever. So there are some templates here. I have some of my own that I made previously, so I will load this intraday template first of all. And we will make things from scratch, but there are some things here that I have. It will be easier for me basically to go through things. So let me open this once again, and you can already see all my candles are yellow here, which is not something that I wanted to see. It's due to the fact that there are different settings here. I will cover this in a bit. So first things first, I will show you how to make this intraday chart from scratch basically. So we're gonna go back into this main window. We will open the chart again, open the new one. I will just have this in another screen basically, so I can so I'll make sure to not forget anything from the things that I will talk about. It's a little bit on the slow side sometimes, I don't know if it's the virtual machine causing this to lag a little bit, but all my Windows applications are a little bit slow, which considering the MacBook I'm using is definitely annoying, let's say. So we're gonna start with some simple template. I'm going to load this dark one. I don't know if this is default or this is something that I made previously, it doesn't really matter. So if you're gonna right click on chart, you have indicators here, you also have the indicator tab here. So let me delete things that are here so far. Let me also open the indicator tab in here, so I will be sure what to add other one now. So you can see that there is a profile. Okay, I cannot do this, sorry. There is a profile here which I will just delete, and we'll go from there. So first of all, your periodicity, you can see that Atas is pretty generous of the things you can be using. If you're gonna click here and set configure, you have all different types of charts. The tick chart, is what we are going to be using on an intraday. I think I need to increase this a little bit, let me set this to 5,000 and just click apply, and this will then load in a second. So like this, you will have your tick chart loaded. And first things first, okay, you can see you have a nice tick chart, for intraday trading basically. So what I want to do first is go to the indicators, and we will be adding the TPO chart, the profile basically. You can see if I'm going to add this, it's really, there is a lot of detail in it. The ticks, it's this thing with crypto or with any kind of a thin market, you will have a lot of these kind of volume spikes in here. If you want to reduce this a little bit, you need to change this setting right here, and as you can see, it's set on 10 on auto. If I will set it to 100, it will recalculate, and your profile will be looking a little bit better. Also the whole thing is kind of like now, so nice. I don't know, okay, let's just do it like this, but you can see, it's the profile is looking better now. So going to the indicators, we need to adjust these settings a little bit so it will look a little cleaner. So the daily profile, this is all nice, extending lines. Let me put this is, yeah, this will basically extend some of your lines. Whatever, it's not doing anything. So first of all, you have a profile type. I will I will keep this on volume. If you check the auto proportion, it's great because it will kind of make it a little bit smaller. So the profile color, okay, the first thing which is here. If I'm going to set this to transparent, obviously it will change the color of the whole profile. So I'm going to put it back to the like blue. You have your transparent profile here. Grid then doesn't do much. What I want to get rid of is basically okay, so we will get there, I'm sure. The maximum level is your POC. I don't know why they call it this way. It's pretty dumb, instead just calling it point of control, but whatever. You can extend it so you will have your naked points of control there as well. You want to get rid of this text here, this is maximum level text. It's a little bit stupid. What I wanted to do though is this thing. This is the area color, which I will then click transparent. Okay, and this is not going to do what I wanted to. I want to basically get completely rid of this. Okay, I need to change the area transparency to 10. Nice, it's gone now. So you have this clean profile without this kind of a background. which was there. Okay, the value area, then you know you will once again click on this. It will have this text here which you don't really need. You can increase your lines, you can extend your value area to the first touch. You can do it or not, that's up to you. The text color though, I don't want any text there, so I will just decrease that. I can make this a little bit more transparent, and I can change the color of the lines, and I would like to change the color of the background here, which is definitely somewhere here. I'm not sure where. Okay, let's not spend too much time on this. There is a setting which will basically change the value area colors to have different coloring. Let me check on my other another screen, because I have it set there, so this is why I basically set it the way that I did. Give me a second. Like I said, I'm sorry, this is a more of a let's make together type of video, so oh, it's actually it's here. Okay, so back into the indicator setting, we are going to, we just had to scroll a little bit lower, sorry. It's here, the drawing mode. You will change it to lines and area, and once again you will be able to see that if I'm going to change the color here, you know, you will have a different color basically for your value area. Okay, so this is the one. What we are going to do then is we're gonna make this a little bit lighter. Let me just make it darker, you know, and this one we will make even darker and kind of a more transparent basically. This changed. Jesus. This platform definitely, I haven't used it that much, so okay, let's just, you know, let's just go with what we have here, you know. Let's not, okay, this changed now, sorry. So we can now make it like this. Okay, so now you have shading for your value areas. Nice, this is what I wanted to do. Other things, you know, there is your TPO, which I'm not going to do it. You know, I don't have it here as well. I don't want to have basically TPO over this anyway. What I wanted to do though is get rid of this text down here basically, which will be somewhere. You cannot do the initial balance because how this is calculated, you know, it's not going to understand that you want to do initial balance for the first hour, so it will just do the first candles, so don't do that. The candle mode filter, oh, this is nice one, you know, so it will, your candles will be over it, but I wanted to get rid of this thing, which once again, if I click transparent, it will be gone. Nice. So this is your kind of simple TPO, simple daily volume profile. What I want to do next is add this one again basically. We will have another one over it, and we will have to go through this thing again, but I will do a delta profile. Okay, it looks terrible so far, but by clicking on this thing, you know, it's much nicer. We'll do this in a transparent way. Once again, I need to get rid of that crazy shading basically, like this, you know, and you have a delta profile on side. I can, maybe if I change the proportion to like okay, I need to do higher numbers basically, so let's do 5000. You know, you will have this nice profile here. I might want to you might want to go to the settings and then kind of decrease the transparency of that little bit, so it's not too bright. You know, that's basically up to you. You know how you prefer to have these things. But you can see I have a delta profile here as well. So not only that, but you know, once again we need to get rid of all the coloring. You know, I can unclick this, we will hide these numbers, and there is a POC which we can see there as well. Okay, so now we have nice kind of a daily volume profile on a tick chart, and also we have a delta profile on the side. Nice one. This is basically how you want to do. You have extended your points of control, so basically everything you kind of need from a volume profile on the daily chart is kind of there. Let's add few more things. First of all, you know, we will make a cumulative delta on a chart. This one you want to uncheck all of these things basically, and just kind of extend it a little bit. Like this. Okay, so now you have a CVD on a chart. You know, very simple. You can be looking at your divergences and everything basically. Next thing that is fairly simple to add is VWAP, which, you know, we will have a daily VWAP here. I don't necessarily want to have these standard deviation lines, therefore I will just set them all to 0, and you have just your daily VWAP on a chart. And also there is a marking for a previous day VWAP, which is actually a good thing. Probably you don't need to have it so big like this, so I will just do it on dot and then, you know, make it on a kind of smaller side. You can see that here you will have it based on if market is below or above it, so you can make it as like more darker and lighter colors depending on if market is trading below or above the previous day VWAP. Okay, so once again I'm gonna set the dots, and the color of this one we can do it a little bit darker basically. This is too dark. So yeah, basically something like this. You know, once again, this is completely up to you how you want to do it, but we can now see if market is basically trading above or below the previous day VWAP, and you can see it's been the last day's VWAP is always kind of a nice magnet for price when it comes to the intraday chart. So this is quite nice. Besides that, I think your daily chart is almost ready. What I want to show you is now how to make a candle coloring for it. You know, the one that I have in Sierra chart, or maybe the one that you have in on TradingView. So it's, what is this indicator doing, by the way? Oh, this is kind of this is also pretty nice. You know, this is the delta on kind of a single bar way, so you can add that if you want. Another kind of cool indicator that is here, which is not in Sierra chart, is you can play with these cluster searches. Basically, this is kind of a way to show high executed trades. This one, I think it's a big trades. This indicator basically should show you, yeah, if I will check it again, you can see a kind of a big executed trades. Once again, this is going to be a good tool for spotting these kind of footprint patterns. This is a little bit too much for my taste, so once again you need to play a little bit with the numbers. This is set on, you know, this is the Bitcoin amount basically for these things. So pay attention to that. You know, you are not, since this is the USDT chart, you know, these are not dollar amounts but the Bitcoin amounts. This is now not doing anything, so maybe it needs a little bit time to load, I don't know. But if you would do it like this, and you know, once again, just play with it a little bit, make it, you know, how you like it, change the colors a little bit, you know, make it not so obvious on a chart, so it's not going to be, you know, a distracting factor for you, but you will be able to see these kind of larger trades, which is definitely nice. I just not sure, I'm just kind of not sure why this is not exactly working, and I just think that it needs a little bit of time to load. You know, obviously your goal is to not have them all over your chart. You know, you just really want to have these, and when you see these as at kind of lows and bottoms where market is reversing, it's a good sign. You know, if you will see them all over the place, that's obviously not the best thing to have. So you need to play with this a little bit. I think this kind of a auto filter worked pretty well for me in the past. I don't know why it doesn't change much now, so we will just kind of keep it there, you know, play with it. Yeah, no, I changed it to separated trades, it's completely gone now. Let me, because okay, let's keep it on 1000 and let's just kind of not waste too much time with it. But you know your kind of goal with this, you know, you should be seeing just these dots should be only on kind of a tops and bottoms, basically, not all over the place. What I wanted to mention though is this indicator, which is not in Sierra chart, and I think it's pretty nice. It's this speed of tape. Basically, the maximum speed level is where it will also color your candles, which you don't need to have there. But you know, when you see things like this, you know, it's kind of when people really start to chase these moves. So, you know, the tape is moving very, very quickly, and you can easily see how this is a lot of times just kind of marking out the ends of the moves. So this is once again a nice indicator to see where which is not based on a, you know, volume or delta, but more of a kind of what if people are chasing the moves or not. So definitely a decent indicator to play with. But let's actually do the candle coloring thing. So it's this indicator bars volume filter, and first of all we are going to do your low volume bars. So these I will be setting up to a yellow color. Let me actually do this thing first. We're gonna go to settings, and our up and down candle colors, you know, we will do them in kind of these more of a neutral, you know, color, this kind of gray colors. So you are not going to have so many things, so many colors on your chart. This is basically how I prefer to have it. Once again, it's up to you. So if you will let me actually minimum color 10. Okay, so if you take a look here, and you will once again need to play with this number, because you know these things will kind of change. This is more of a discretionary approach to doing things, so you need to, you know, have a little bit of a taste for it. I think that 1500 would be a kind of decent, or maybe 1200. You know, this is once again, sorry, let me actually check with my other chart, so I am not showing you something that is completely wrong. You know, I haven't used this in a while as well, so okay, of course I'm doing it wrong. Sorry, you need to go to indicators. Why this is not working? you need to set it on basically max. So anything below this number will be your kind of a low volume bar. Okay, so now this starts to make a little bit more kind of sense. Jesus. I was you know, used to setting these in a for the inverse contract, but yeah, now we kind of can see the low volume bars on only some cases basically, which starts to look better. You know, let's keep in 500 and kind of assume there are not many of them, but you basically, you know, these kind of low volume bars are the ones that, you know, tend to get filled, so this is not ideal. Let me just make this one more time. I know I'm already spending too much time in this, I'm sorry. It seems to be like there is not really a good number for this. Okay, 700. Let's stuck with this, you know, let's not continue. 600. Okay, fine. You know, there is a end of the Friday, you know, some weekend bars, you know, you don't want to have many of these in your chart, but you want to be seeing some of these. Let's assume that yesterday was a very active day, so there were no low volume bars. What is more important though is, once again, you are going to add this thing here, and we will then change the volume to delta. And if we will go with, let's say 500, and change this to blue color, how this is going to look like. Yeah, these are your high delta bars. These are basically over 500 BTC traded. Let's choose some color which you will be actually able to see. You know, let's do this. Okay, so these are your high kind of delta bars. You know, once again, this was, you know, mentioned in Blueprint in the past. The next thing we need to do is then add the opposite delta. So we're gonna go to indicators in here and do this, go to change this to delta, and now you need to do basically opposite, and you need to do it like this. Okay, so if this is negative 500 delta from, you know, obviously the opposite side, so the colors here, you cannot really see it well. Let's just do it in red. Okay, so you have now your delta bars, you know, high negative delta, which you can see here on a CVD as well. You know, when these candles are big, you will get the coloring as well on your chart. So this is how you make a candle coloring for the Attest platform. I'm sorry, it was a little bit messy from my side, but seems like we managed to make it in the end. One last thing that is kind of a simple indicator, but I think is worth having, is if we are going to add this, if we are going to add this thing, which is called daily lines. There will be a lot of adjustments needed to be done, you know, but I'm not going to go through it because it's already too long. But obviously you don't need to see previous day close, you know, you don't need to see previous day open, but now you have previous day high and previous day low on your chart basically. So okay, let's just do it. You know, I'm going to do it here. You know, yesterday you can change the text here, so make it a little bit more, let's make it a little bit shorter. This is too dark already, but something like this. Obviously you can see you have yesterday high on your chart. It's fairly simple, but you know, I don't know if, yeah, you can just kind of, this dotted line is basically the kind of a cleanest one you can see here. Same, you know, obviously for a previous day low, where you will just kind of go with this same thing here. You will make it lower, and you will make this yesterday low. If you check the first bar here, this is what I wanted to do. It will only be at that, you know, from that high. You are not going to have basically the horizontal line all over your price. And then you can see also you can change this for, you know, current day, current week. But I only do, you know, last day, last week, and last month. I'm not doing anything else. So this is basically your intraday chart, which is kind of that things that you need for a day trading. Obviously, if you would do just a, let's see, we are already in a half an hour video, so I don't want to do it too long, but I want to show you two more things here. First of all, you know, if I would just make, you know, like 30-minute chart, for example, would be extremely simple. You know, you are not going to add anything, or you just add some things that you know, you will just have simple price action chart, and you can make the same candle coloring which we showed, you know, and you can get inspired by the templates I gave you from in Sarah chart books, or in the things that I showed you in you know, other platform settings basically. So that's not going to be complicated, but what can be a little bit tricky, the first things first, is the footprint chart, which here is actually very simple. First thing you need to do is once again increase this setting to at least, you know, 100. So this will reload, and the way you are going to add a footprint chart here will be, Jesus, this is doing okay, a little bit of a messy. Let's do a tick chart again. So we are not going to be on a time-based chart, and then you are going to click right here, and you will click the clusters basically, and you can see this is going to change your intraday chart into the footprint chart. It's not a kind of a nicest footprint, but it's once again will do the things. You can see that maybe this is too small, you know, so you will just change it to 50. We'll see, we'll get this thing reloaded. Again, it will take a little bit of time, and then you have a footprint chart here. Okay, here on the right side you will have different presets, which is kind of nice because you don't have to spend too much time with anything. You know, you have basically you want to be sticking with a bid ask. You know, bid ask ladder is one of the simplest ones. You know, bid ask volume profile is also the decent one. You get a point. You know, at this point I think it shouldn't be any kind of a different thing for you to make to understand these things. You know, the delta profile is a nice one, you know, where you have a lot of buying and selling on the top, and the bottom, you know, like this it's you know how to use this, so we don't have to spend too much time on it. But this is basically how you are going to add your footprint chart. You know, like I said, all the presets are kind of here, so you don't really have to spend too much time with this. If you're going to indicators, there somewhere here should be the kind of additional things for it. Let me actually check on my template somewhere on the other screen, which is, do I even have it? I don't have that. I don't know if I didn't save it or not, but yeah, it's not there. So oh, it's actually, I found it. Give me 1 second. Well, this is interesting because I loaded my kind of a preset chart, which is here, which you can see, you know, how this one looks, but for whatever reason, if I go to the, I wanted to basically show you how to make this thing here, but if I go to indicators, oh, okay, yeah, so it's this indicator called cluster statistics basically, and this is the settings that I have here, you know, that will showing me once again, you know, deltas and everything for different charts. So this is the footprint, you know. You will add your delta bars. You have a delta profile here, which I necessarily don't need to have it here, so I can just delete it. Maybe sometimes, you know, these things are just so slow. Yeah, so, but you know, in the, once again, you will go to the indicators tab and you can add these different, you know, it's called, I have the cluster search here, which should be showing me high executed deltas. You know, once again, this is for the inverse contract, so you need to adjust this number, but these two things will add these bars down here, so you will have your statistics same as in the other platforms. Okay, so this was the delta chart, sorry, the footprint chart, and now let's find out how we make a TPO chart, which is going to be the last one, and then we will cut the video. So there are some templates here, but I don't have a footprint here, so we will have to make it from scratch, which I have to say I'm not I don't exactly remember how I made it, so let's get rid of everything first. You know, we will delete these indicators, and I believe that if we are going to do the TPO chart, TPO profile basically, and change it to 30-minute chart, first things first, you know, this will take a little bit to load. This is how you will do your TPO. You cannot, I don't think you can merge profiles here. This is definitely very basic one. What I would recommend to you is still picking up the ExoCharts for you know, intraday trading Bitcoin. You know, if you will subscribe to ExoCharts, you know, their TPO and their footprint is much better. But you know, the main kind of idea is to have this chart for intraday trading, which will also allow you to execute your trades in. So that's kind of a main goal to have there. Okay, so now we have this 30-minute chart here. This is extremely slow. It's probably going to crash in a minute. Okay, now, so finally, let's take a look at in these settings, you know, how we can make a TPO chart from it, and then we will end the video. So profile daily, this looks all nice. If I'm going to change this to time, is it going to do anything? It's going to lag again. Nice. Let me try to scroll. Well, here is your TPO settings, but it's not going to do, it's not showing though, so that's kind of a unpleasant thing. Okay, you know what, let's not do it now, because it would take me quite a bit of time. So let's stick to this. You know, once you make your intraday chart, you can then, you know, once again open this right panel, which I cannot find now, it's here, and you can use this for, you know, actual trading, so which is kind of nice, because, you know, you can execute your intraday trades here, just keep it with this window, use the ExoCharts for footprint and TPO. You know, trust me, it's way better. It's way better platform than this, but I really wanted to show you because I got some questions about the ATAS, how you can build this simple intraday chart for your trading. You can obviously add your daily, you know, 30-minute simple, you know, price charts, there is this kind of a tool, this global horizontal line, which will then put your levels for the same symbol basically, so you will have this all together. And yeah, so this is just, I'm sorry, I know this was a little bit of a clunky video to say at least. I struggled a little bit because I haven't used this for a while, but like I said, I've been getting questions about ATAS for a while, so I wanted to at least show you how to build this simple intraday chart, and then take it from there. If you can use the XO, it's for the order flow tools in crypto. It's really worth to pay the subscription, and you will have kind of better TPO and better footprint charts than this. But I believe you can build everything here. I think that, well, now I can see it here. Let's okay. I'm sorry. Let's actually give this one more shot before we will end the video, because as you can see, all of a sudden it's in my templates now. So take a look at this TPO chart. So before this is going to load, I want to say that I've been getting the feedback on a bootcamp, and I'm trying to kind of keep this thing going in regards to these updates. To be fair, I haven't let's change this once again to 100. I will be making more of the update videos when it comes to actual live trades. I know I haven't done one of these yet, but there wasn't something extremely kind of exciting to talk about it, but this is the plan for the future, definitely. But also, if you will just send me an email, I'm more than happy to cover any topics you want to see. So this will be in your kind of default templates. Okay, all you had to do was change this to TPO and profile. Yeah, nice one. So yeah, basically this will make it the TPO chart, and then when you change this to time and volume, obviously this will be your TPO based on time and volume. Once again, you want to get rid of all these kind of a crazy texts and huge lines, which I showed you how to do in previous, and you will have a simple TPO chart here. Basically, like I said, you cannot merge these. This is one of those things that you cannot do in ATAS, which is kind of unfortunate, because I was talking about these prior composite structures and how useful they can be for trading. So this is one of those things you cannot do here, but besides that, you can still have your TPO chart here. And I believe I definitely didn't make this, so it will be in your templates here, and there are some different templates as well. Just make sure to remember to increase this scale size, because for crypto it will be kind of all over the place, but it's still nice. You can see the single prints, you can see value areas and basically everything else. You will your poor highs and poor lows here as well. Okay, so thanks for the attention. I know this was a long one, but yeah, hopefully you kind of are more educated on how to set up the ATAS for trading.